Spike. But the match, a true friend, by switched out. It was the first day at summer vacation from school. But the match had looking forward to his summer vacation the whole spring, and he was hoping to spend a lot of time with his friends. But it turns out one of his best friends, Brownbolt, is going to with his brother to see some relatives in Manhattan for a few weeks. And the same thing with Apple Blue. Gia is going to help her family at the farm. Sweetie Blue was going to help her sister first in her shop in Ponyville and then going to the catalog and Manhattan. And many other friends were also being busy, so he was going to be alone almost the entire summer. His mother had often said to him before that during his summer vacation that he should find some other friends to spend time with. But he often said back that his friends are busy or even away on their own vacation this summer. But there must be some friends you can spend with, she asked. But Badomash had just shook his head and said no. All of his friends were away. The only those two ponies that he could spend with was actually Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. But they were also going to be busy part of the summer because they wanted to visit some of their relatives on the coast. But they were only there for going to be for at least 2 weeks. But they didn't mind to spend time with him, but that was also later on. But then he thought about Pete Squeak. But he was going back to Trottingham to see some old family, since his grandmother has been very ill lately. So they decided to spend a lot more time with her before when she passed. So Bottommatch often spent at his own room. All day long he played video games or other games by himself. His mother tried to make him to go outside to do something. Maybe ask some other ponies from her in his own age to play with. But he did that. But he went to the park, but most of them were only stallions or at least adults. But there were no children in his own age. He was getting bored. Valdemash had often thought, is he a good friend to the others? But one day during the summer, he was just sitting in the park, just doing nothing. His video games were at home, and the arcade has been closed for at least about a week to do some repairs to the machines. So he either went to a lake to swim, or just sing at a park or back home. But the match was just getting bored. He was so bored that he didn't do anything else but just sitting at home playing video games. But then his mother get concerned. He didn't do nothing else, just playing games or just sitting at the park, didn't do nothing at all. She had tried to talk to his father, but he said that when he was in his age, that was before they had much video games or something else, didn't do much either. He had to use his fantasy, imaginations, to do something else. But Baldermash, he tried. But it was not the same thing if he's just alone. So one day during the summer, when he was sitting in the park, didn't do nothing at all, he saw Spike just walked by. And they were very good friends. And he saw Baldermash. Button, are you here? I thought you were going to be with my other friends, asked Spike. No, some of my friends are away for a vacation or busy helping families or something. Oh, what about you, Spike? Well, being the first and assistant is Twilight, so yeah, I don't know, that's kind of busy. Yeah, said Button inside. Do you maybe, I don't know, want to hang out? We can go to the bowling alley to play something. Really? Aren't you helping Twilight down? No, she's actually in Camelot for a couple of days, so I have some time to, yeah, do something. Yeah, sure, said Button and have nothing else to do. So both Spike and Battlematch went to this bowling alley, and surprised enough, both Battlematch and Spike had this great time. They had actually so much fun, and Button asked if he wanted to do something else and tomorrow. And since Spike had a few days off from his duties as an assistant to Twilight, so he said, yeah, why not? So the same evening when Battlematch came home, his mother asked how his day were, and Battlematch said that his day was actually not bad. He had a great lot of fun with Spike, and she asked what they had been doing. They went to the bowling alley, played the games, went to the cafe, just wanted something to eat, just talked about games or just whatnot. And she was happy to hear that her son had at least some fun for a while. So the next day, Spike and Fantomash actually went back to the same bowling alley to play some more. But they only played for about an hour. And afterwards, they actually went to the castle. They decided to read some of Spike's comic books and eating some chips, popcorn, just just to spend some time. And for the first time during the summer, Buttermash actually had a lot of fun. He even brought some of his video games over to the castle so that he and Spike could have some fun with that. At first, Spike had very hard to even play the games, but Buttermash actually showed him how to play the games. At first, Spike still had a little bit hard to get used to the games, but it didn't take that long. And only about maybe a day before Twilight is going back, Buttermatch and Spike had no idea what to do. They had read all of his comic books, and they had played bowling for at least a couple of days, and they had played his video games, so they had no idea what to do. But then Spike had remembered something, that he, Big Mac, and Discord usually play a role-playing game as warriors wizards. So he thought maybe that they could do the same thing. So they asked Discord to help. And Discord had no mind, and since Big Mac was busy for the farm, so he couldn't spend some time with that. But Discord had no mind to bring another character into the game, or this role-playing game. So they had this Sky Night all night, and almost the night to 10 p.m. And Buttermash's mother was very concerned why he hasn't been home much earlier. So Spike went back with Buttermash and explained to Buttermash's mother later what has happened, why he was so late. And they even brought along with Discord, just to make sure that so he can even confirm that they were role-playing. And his mother was very happy to see that he has some new friends that he spent time with. At first, she was thought that Discord could be a little bit some odd friend, but from what he and Spike told her about the role-playing game, and seeing that how much Buttermash has a great smile and has a great fun within his friends, she was happy. Even his father was happy to see that at least his son has a great time. But then all the fun ended when Twilight came back from Canterlot. Spike had mostly had really wanted to have some more fun with his friend, but at the same time he had his duties. But only after about 4 days after she came back, she gave him actually one day off from his work. She had noticed that Spike had taken care of all the duties at the castle and even in school. So she decided to let him have some great fun. And Spike and Buttermatch and the Discord had their another guy nights at this role-playing game, and Buttermatch actually enjoyed to play the warrior. Even he didn't seem to be the warrior type, said Spike. But he was surprised to see how well Buttermatch played as the warrior in the role-playing game. He managed to defeat the skeletons and the other type of ogres or other creatures in the game, and even Discord. He had a lot of great fun, and they even made Buttermash as the villain one time during a role-playing game. Spike and Buttermash, they never could be separated from the game. They had so great fun. And they continued to play this role-playing game or just do some other fun stuff together. Like just spending time reading new comic books, play video games, or just do something that as friends do. And suddenly the summer vacation was over. And the other friends, they had came back only about maybe a few weeks earlier. And of course, Otto managed to spend some time with them as well, but he actually very enjoyed his time with Spike. And at one point, Buttermatch had told Spike that he considered him as a true friend. And Spike, he was proud to be a true friend to Buttermatch. Buttermatch and Spike remained true friends even after that day, always playing games, even role-playing with Spike, with Discord, and even Big Mac a few times. And that's how Buttermatch and Spike became true friends. The end.